Hey Learning Birds, this is Mr. Ozarka with another lesson brought to you by LearningBird.com. If you have any questions about the following video, you can email me at mrozarka@gmail.com. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is going to be a video about line plots. Line plots are basically graphical representations of data on a number line, and they're used in many different fields of study. Here's an example of one right here where it says quiz scores, and then it's got a number line right here. Each X basically represents a time when a certain quiz score happened. So there was a quiz score of 3 once, there was a quiz score of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and so on. So each X represents how many times each of these scores was represented. So basically a line plot shows frequency of certain criteria, values, counts, measurements, etc. It also shows outliers and clusters of data very easily as well. As you can see right here, this 3 is lying outside of the rest of this data right here, so this would be considered an outlier. Where the rest of the data, there's a big cluster of it right over here that is kind of around the same range of 6 through 10. So this would be considered an outlier, this would be considered a cluster for this example here. So you might be thinking, how do you create your own line plots? Well, it's basically broken down into 5 really simple steps. So I'm going to show you how to do this using an example. All right, so let's say that I want to make a line plot based on the following data that I have right here. First thing that you're going to want to do is draw a number line. So that's what I basically did right here. I drew a number line. And I want to find the minimum maximum values for our data. So I'm going to be looking at this number of siblings right here. The min would be 0 and the max would be 5. Okay, then I'm going to calculate the range, which would just be doing the max minus the min. So the range in this case would be 5. Then I'm going to evenly scale this number line from 0 to 5. So that's what I'm basically going to do right now. Next, I'm going to draw X's above each number, each one of these numbers, based on the frequency right here. So as you can see, in this sample of people, 3 people had 0 siblings. 5 people had 1 sibling. 4 people had 2 siblings. 6 people had 3 siblings. 3 people had 4, and 1 person had 5 siblings. Okay, so from this data, from this frequency, I'm going to draw the appropriate number of X's above each of these numbers. So for 0 siblings, there were 3 people that had that, so I'm just going to draw 3 X's. For 1, we have 5, so I'm going to draw 5 X's. Trying to keep these as evenly as possible. Okay, for 2 siblings, there were 4 people. For 3, we had 6. For 4 siblings, we had 3 people. And then for 5 siblings, we had 1. And that's basically our line plot right here of all of this data right here. So that's line plots. If you have any questions about anything in this video, let me know. And if you thought this lesson helped you, please be sure to click "This was helpful." For other great lessons, be sure to check out LearningBird.com.